To me IRL. Satisfies its soul. Me IRL. Normalize this, normalize that. How about you feel shame for once? How about you don't how about you don't shame people? You probably get more karma from demanding shame onto others. Like I understand like where they're coming from in this point of like what their point of view is, but like I understand the meme and I understand the message behind it and all that other stuff, but I think you could have worded that a lot different and you could have worded that a lot better because just shame just kind of just sounds bad, 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 bad. Shame on you. You go to your room and you go to the corner and you shame and you. But the point of this meme is basically just saying like, why don't you take responsibility for for what you have done instead of just trying to say normalize what has what instead of just trying to normalize everything, trying to make it seem like it's like it's there, like putting it on you or putting it on them or putting it on whoever they're trying to put it on instead of just taking responsibility. But instead of saying shame, I would just word it like that. Normalize this, normalize that. Take responsibility for one, and not how about you feel shame for one. Take responsibility. Okay. Me IRL. Checking my sent folder to reread my email from their perspective. You shouldn't have to do that either. How come? What's up with me IRL? Everybody kind of just feeling. What's going on with IRL? Is this the thing we have to deal with now? We gotta reread everything just so we can try to make sure that everything's perfect for everybody and that everything's so called perfect for. We gotta try to read and feel so subconscious and um so insecure that we have to try to, first of all, we have to try to write it in our perspective, and then we got to try to reread it from their perspective, and that's just putting more tense and stressness on yourself. Like, could you imagine like trying to have to like? And they wonder why everybody's so exhausted all the time. Me IRL. When you read an old conversation and realize how weird you actually are. How insecure are y'all? Like, I don't mean like insecure in a bad way, but and I know that a lot of people are weird, and I know a lot of people are strange, but is that all we're doing? Is we're looking back at sent emails and trying to reread it from every multiple different sources and stuff like that. And if you have to try to, I think the main thing about this meme is that you weren't weird at the time. You're growing at this time. Okay? So just because you were in a different place, you had a different mindset at that time. You were thinking different things at that time. You were potentially probably around different people, and you were probably just had a whole different set of thinking. And now that you're a little bit wiser, you are looking back and you are kind of realizing that you aren't the same person as you are now, back then. So don't be insecure about that. You should actually be celebrating. Woohoo! Because you realize your growth and your potential and and where you're gonna where you're gonna grow and where you're growing and that you're up a step. So don't look back at it and be ashamed of it. Be happy that now you aren't that same version of yourself, because it all kind of has all contract contrast with our environment. It's how we were treated, and a lot of things are so called, just like the first meme, normalized. So I'm just gonna end it with that. That's my final statement. Me IRL. When you realize the loan can take you 20 years to pay off, but you can rob a bank, you are out in 10 years and maybe in 5 if you behave well. So you'd rather sit in in a cell, in a prison cell for 10 years, and you'd rather and potentially 5 years of, and that's if you're well behaved. First of all, do you even need to take out that loan? Do you really need that thing that you're taking the loan out for? If you have to kind of consider robbing or going to prison instead of taking out this 20-year loan? And third of all, is this what people are thinking, like when they're just kind of just standing there being still? Huh. You have to look at Reddit to realize what people are thinking. I never judge, and I never try to act like I'm being better than other people. I just try to give my perspective and just my thoughts and my opinions, because potentially I could say something that could change your perspective, or that can change your thoughts and your mindsets to be able to look at all these things and kind of just go, huh, yeah, that is weird. Why am I worried about that? No, this is going to be the last meme. Me IRL. When somebody's fishing for compliments by talking them down on themselves, but you low key agree. Can we have more of these memes? Big Bang Theory meme. And how come we don't have more memes? The Big Bang Theory. I want more memes. The Big Bang Theory, please. I'm an advocate for wanting more. I raise my hand saying I want more because this meme is just fantastic, and this meme format has so much potential. But let's react to the meme. Let's break down this meme. Somebody's finally fishing for compliments by talking themselves down, but you low key agree. You do kind of notice that a lot of people do that, but I think a lot of people just kind of just see that. I think a lot of people honestly do it just for conversation. Just a lot of people just do it just because they can't really get that. I think this is a self-love thing. I think this is a they can't find the love from themselves, and so they kind of have to find that love from other sources. So they talk themselves down so that they can bring the conversation up for themselves, and so that they do get the sympathetic, oh, it's gonna be okay, it's all gonna be okay, you're all gonna be fine and stuff like that. But at the same time, I have sat there and that I've done that look multiple different times. And if somebody does need the self-validation, I do give it. But at the same time, I try to teach at the same time. I think I'm growing up, and so I just want so much good for the world. I, I want good. I want peace. I want love. I want happiness in the world. And so you can't change the world. You, you can't change the world. You can't just go up to people and just be like, "Okay, this is how I think you should change. This is how you should change, and this is how you should make a difference in your own life." No, you can't change the world, but you can influence the world to be a better place. There, I said it. And I have no regrets saying what I said. Now, if you like this video, leave a like, comment, subscribe. I'm rolling out.